and welcome back to the Nourishing Routes channel, where I'll be showing you how to love food, adore your body and become your authentic self. In this week's episode, I'll be talking all about my favourite teas. I thought last week, after showing you a little bit about why I love tea so much, that it'd be really great to share with you some of my all-time favourite teas that I really love at the moment. In particular, I'll be showing you my top 5 teas as well as an extra special bonus tea that I've also just placed on my menu, so to speak. So without further ado, let me show you my 5 favourite teas. First up is a Darjeeling Earl Grey from TEAS. Now, TEAS is a brand that I love so much because they do so many different flavours of tea, but they're all like really natural and the tea leaves are quite big in them. But with the Darjeeling Earl Grey, there's something just so lovely about it, and it's so velvety smooth when you have it with almond milk or any base milk that you usually drink. The thing with Darjeeling tea is that I actually used to hate it, but now I absolutely love it. And I don't know whether it's because my taste buds have changed as I've got older, but it has this really nice bergamot scented scent. So when you smell it, it smells really refreshing, almost a little bit like lavender. But I actually don't like lavender, funnily enough, but it's just really soothing and quite sweet as well. So I find it goes really well with a sweet milk like almond milk or oat milk or even like a sweet soya milk. I also like to have hot milk with this Earl Grey tea because for some reason it makes it even sweeter and creamier. So I usually have this in the afternoon or sometimes even in the morning too, after my first cup of tea. But it gives me a little good kick of caffeine, and I just love the little bags that these come into. Let me just show you actually. But they come in like little pyramids, the TEAS, which do actually help the tea to brew a little bit better because it gives the tea a little bit more room to move around. So that is my first recommendation, especially if you love Earl Grey. And Darjeeling in itself is a type of black tea, but I absolutely love Darjeeling. It's like the champagne of black teas. So yeah, definitely try this one if you ever get the chance. Next up is another favourite, and this is actually from a tea shop that's near me in Liverpool on Bold Street, and they sell, no word of a lie, some of the most amazing smelling teas, and you can buy them in individual packets or big tubs. And this one is called Cherry Blossom Tea. Now this is a green tea, like a sencha based green tea, which is really quite aromatic but sweet at the same time, and the cherry notes in it, oh, as you know, you probably already know that I really like sweet things. So this goes really well. It's like drinking one of your favourite sweets, but without it being like really fruity, and it's really uplifting, and it reminds me of Japan. I think maybe it's because it says cherry blossom and I always think of like, ooh, a pink blossoming tree in Japan. But it's just so lovely to have, and whether I have it in a morning or an evening time, say for example after dinner, I just find it that it really uplifts my mood and I love the smell of it. So luckily for me, on my birthday last year, one of my friends got me so many of these cherry blossom teas, all in little individual sachets to keep them nice and fresh. Unfortunately this is my last one though, sad time, so I will have to restock on them soon. But yeah, so if you ever get the chance to shop at Leaf or try any cherry blossom tea, then I definitely recommend that, because you'll probably find if you like green tea, it'll become one of your all-time favourites too. Next up is a Polka tea. Now I do love the Polka brand as well because I love the designs on their packaging. But unfortunately with this tea, which is a chamomile, vanilla and manuka honey tea, I actually don't have the box anymore because this is the last one. So I'm going to have to restock on this one too because I love it so much. And I love chamomile tea. I think it's really nice. It's got lovely sweet notes and it always sends me in bliss mode and wanting to go to sleep. So I find this one the perfect nighttime tea. And it is with manuka honey too, but it's not real manuka honey, it's just natural flavourings of honey. I think with the sweet notes in there, it just makes it really just dreamy, and it does make you want to go to sleep. And it's just one of those teas that I find really comforting to have at night time, just to really hold your hands around the cup and just relax. Sometimes, even though it's a herbal one, I do tend to have biscuits or something sweet with this because I find it goes well with a nice nighttime snack, some cookies even. So yeah, anything that you like you can have with this tea, so I definitely recommend it. My next tea is a rooibos tea. Now rooibos tea isn't actually from the normal plant that you would make regular tea from, like black tea and green tea. It's actually from a red bush. Is it a root? I can't actually think of the name, so I'll put it in the comments down below. But I'd actually think that rooibos it's almost like a really kind of sweet red malty type drink, and even if I smell this now, it has such a lovely aroma. And this one is an almond and cherry rooibos, and it reminds me very much of like a cherry bakewell or something like a frangipane almondy type thing, or a cherry bakewell naked bar. It's really sweet, again because I really like sweet things, but it's not sickly sweet. And I find this goes really well with desserts, it goes well with biscuits, and I just serve it with a little splash of milk as well. And because it's caffeine free, it does make a great alternative if you aren't having caffeine or if you're quite sensitive to caffeinated drinks. I just find it goes really well with everything and anything. And I only recently got into rooibos tea because I used to think that it just smelled weird, and because it wasn't proper tea, I didn't really want to try it. But now that I have started trying it, I'm not going to go back. It's definitely going to stay on my menu, and it's a firm favourite at the moment because I just find it goes so well with so many things. My next tea is a big favourite of mine at the moment because it's from Hotel Chocolat, and it's also got chocolate in it, which is always good, always good. This is called TEAS by Hotel Chocolat, and it actually has in the tea bags, or there's the tea bags in here, actually has cacao nibs in there. So it's just the natural cocoa beans, and they've been roasted, and it actually just smells like pure chocolate, and it's so indulgent. I find this is really great on a night time with some Galaxy chocolate or any dark chocolate really. It's just really indulgent, really creamy, and you can either serve it on its own or you can serve it with a little splash of milk. But I find that I really like a little bit of a splash of almond milk, and again to have it with some chocolate, and I find it's really warming as well. So if it's a winter time and you just want something really comforting and sweet, and you know that something's just going to be really filling, then I definitely recommend this tea. It's just for chocolate addicts everywhere like me who love anything that smells like tea or chocolate and anything that tastes like chocolate. This is definitely the one for you. The only down point is it's a little bit expensive. Like this retails about £5 a box, but you get 10 in there, and for me it's so worth it because it definitely fills a little chocolate fix. But not that you have to eliminate chocolate, you can have it at the same time, but it's just something definitely to try. Finally, the bonus tea is my matcha tea. Matcha tea is something that I've got really into the last year or so, and it's mainly around the actual process of making the matcha. So this is a new one that I'm trying by Vivid that I just bought off the internet, but I have tried other ones before, some higher quality ones, but they can be quite expensive. But if you're willing to dedicate some time to learning about the ritual of matcha tea and actually how it smells and how even different types of water can change the taste and the quality of the matcha, then it's something that's really special to understand. And for me, I've actually just got my own little bamboo whisk, which I'll need to get another one at the moment because the ends keep falling off. So yeah, and I have a little sieve as well. So what I do is I tend to get I have a little bamboo stick, and I'll portion out my little matcha, put a little bit of hot water in there and whisk it up. And also if I find that some of the matcha tea is a little bit lumpy, I'll just sieve it through this tea strainer and it'll go really nice and smooth. And the first thing in the morning every day is I make myself a matcha tea because it gives me that energy kick like almost straight away. As soon as I smell matcha tea in the cup, it makes me just feel, oh, I'm just ready to start my day now. Because it's got a little bit of caffeine in it, but mainly I just think the aroma is so nice. And I know some people might not like the taste of green tea, but it isn't actually that bitter once you get used to it. And if you mix it with water anyway, or you could even make it into a matcha latte with some hot frothy soya, almond or normal milk, it tastes amazing. So this is definitely one of my all-time favourite teas, matcha tea. And if you can just maybe start with your own little tea ritual, whether it's matcha tea or any of your own favourite teas, or even some of the ones that I've shown you here today, I can't recommend it enough for just taking time out for some self-care, enjoying something you love, and ultimately getting back to basics with a good old cup of English tea. So finally, I'd just like to say thanks for watching my favourite haul of tea videos. And if you'd like to see more videos about tea, then just comment below or like this video or subscribe to this channel in general. It'd be great to hear your thoughts about what your favourite teas are, or if you have any rituals around tea, because I think it's a message that we should be sharing, that tea can be for everybody in whatever shape or form that you like. So on that note, I'll wish you a goodbye with my little bamboo stick, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye!